Yes, everyone, how are we doing? And welcome back to the Man City Fan YouTube channel. Today's video, we're discussing the big one, City versus Arsenal. All or nothing, make or break, title decider, name it what you want. This game is the biggest game of our season, of Arsenal's seasons. It's make or break time. And you know what? I go as far as to say, I think for the majority of people, let's say take out City and Arsenal fans, for most of the neutrals, if you can call a lot of them that, I think the general consensus around this game is whoever wins this game of football wins the Premier League, wins the Premier League trophy this season. And to even think the fact that that's a possibility, the City have a possibility of winning the Premier League title this season, considering the position and how far away we were from Arsenal a matter of weeks, a couple of months ago, is mental. It is mental. But look, there's a lot to talk about in today's video, a lot to talk about for Sunday's game. I'm so excited for it. I'm buzzing for it. I know, of course, with this YouTube channel, I've been a little bit hit and miss, a little bit very inconsistent as far as this type of video, previews, match reviews. I've just sort of not been here, been busy, been working, been living. However, I mean, of course, there's been match day vlogs in between, haven't there, for some of the away games I've been to, certain home games I've been to. Most recent one, Chelsea away, that was a belter. I'll speak on that at some point in this video. But if you've not seen a match review for that, go give it a watch. And also, thank you for the 1,000 subscribers. I've already said it in the match day vlog, but we hit 1,000. My aim was, and I was drilling it every single video. I was saying I want to hit 1,000 by the end of the season, and we've done it. We've done it already a month ago. So listen, nice one for that. Thank you very much. But there was not a chance I was ever going to go into this Arsenal game. I've got so much to say, so many thoughts in it. It's all I can think about in a minute. It's all I can think about. As soon as I got home, as soon as I woke up Monday morning, started this week, my mind was, all right, Arsenal, City. I've got so much to think. And to be honest, I've got so much to say in this that's going to make me prove and show why I am a genius. I'm going to make myself look so clever come Monday or Tuesday, whenever I end up doing the match review for this game, which I will end up doing. Of course, it's a massive game. I'll either be flying or my head's going to be like this the whole time. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna make myself look smart, make myself look clever, and I do believe that. Listen, buzzing for it, excited for it. I'll start off by saying, listen, if you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. I will be at the game on Sunday, that big game. I'm excited for it. I've had so many joyous experiences in this exact fixture. Some of my favourite ever games I've been to have been this fixture, and I'm hoping that this one, come Sunday, is another one of them to add to the bank that we talk about in years to come. It's the big one. So look, if you're new to the channel, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts and feelings ahead of the game in the comments. Let's get to discussing the big one. Come on, City! Now look, like I said, the fact that this is a possibility, the fact that this one game looks like it could be make or break for either team. If City win this, I think we're favourites, madly enough. We're favourites to go on and win this season's title. Or if we even draw, I think, but definitely lose, it's as if, okay, it's Arsenal's. That's what the general consensus is, like I said. And I find that crazy. At a certain point, City were 9 points away from Arsenal. They were playing before us. I know it would have been 2 games in advance, but 2 games in hand, sorry. But there was one point come last week where Arsenal could have been 12 points clear of Manchester City before we played against Chelsea. 12 points clear with what, a month or so to go, 6 weeks to go. And somehow it feels for us Blues that it's in touching distance, it's in reaching distance, this title. And the thing is, when you really think about it and you look at the way that the squad that's being built, the January transfers, everything around Manchester City this season, and let's say the rebuild that started, you'd say January last season, when things were really falling off a cliff for us, and it weren't happening, of course, last season at points felt like a disaster. I don't think the plan for Pep Guardiola, for Manchester City, whatever, was to win the league this year. Of course, it's a massive bonus, it's an added bonus, but the team, I suppose 2 teams, of course, Liverpool as well, the money they invested coming off the back of winning the Premier League title, they'd have been coming into it expecting another Premier League title. When the money they spent, like I said, the transfers, everything, like Arsenal. Sorry, let's not get distracted by City or Arsenal. Liverpool have bottled this league. Don't let them get away with it. I mean, they might not even get Champions League football. But when I say bottled it, they were the favourites, I believe. It was between them and Arsenal. Manchester City were third. And although I am a biased City fan, pun the name, very positive, always try and see the good in everything regarding this football club. Even I myself looked at it, and I don't know what I predicted. I probably did say, knowing me, that City would win the league. But was it just out of loyalty, like feeling like I can't go and say anything else? You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it is. But I felt coming into the season, and it doesn't make sense if I would have said City to win the league. But I think I said this because it was something I remember saying. I felt like coming into the season, Arsenal and Liverpool both had a stronger squad and a better team, and were playing better than us last season. And at the time, I felt like both of them two teams, particularly Liverpool, and we know how wrong that's worked out to be, but I felt like particularly Liverpool, the current Champions League champions at the time, had strengthened their squad that was already more equipped than ours was to come into the season. So I think that third place, if it had happened, of course, listen, if both teams would have blown us out the water and it had been like a battle for top four, then it wouldn't have been a nice season, would it? But I don't think the plan was for City to win a season, win a league this season. I think it always next season with the age, the timing, everything of a lot of the players were signed. I think next season was the plan. And I look at us now, the way we're building, the way we're cooking, the way that things are sort of coming together this late into the season. If we're like this now, next season, I'm licking my lips here. I'm hoping Pep Guardiola comes out and just says, listen, I'm staying, but I might go next year. I don't want him to go next year, but I just want clarity. The football club doesn't even have a clue. We're in April, it's the middle of April, and we still don't know what is happening with Pep Guardiola. And I'm filming this on Thursday night. It'll go out probably Friday morning, Friday afternoon time. I don't know when this will clash with Pep Guardiola's press conference, whether this will come out first or not long after. It'll be in around the time. If Pep comes out and says now that he's leaving in that press conference, I don't know what to do. There'll be another video in a few hours' time. That won't happen, though. That won't happen. He's not going to do that before this game. Surely not. I've got me so worried now. But realistically, the plan was for next season. So the fact that City are in a position now where this game, we can feel like if we go and beat Arsenal, which I'm so confident that we will, I think it's ours to lose. As much as theirs still, of course, but it's ours to lose. Because the position for both teams coming into this game, Arsenal are 6 points clear of Manchester City. We have got that game in hand on them. We've got a game in hand which is technically Crystal Palace, because that game still hasn't been decided, even a fixture for the date yet. However, come Wednesday, City play away against Burnley in the league, and Arsenal don't have the game. Of course, at some point before the Palace game gets played, it'll work out like at one point, okay, City are going to have a game in hand once again. But come Wednesday, City will be level on games with Arsenal. With this game being played, beating Burnley, City and Arsenal come next Wednesday evening, could be on the same level of points, same level of games played, with 5 games to go in the season. City currently have 7, Arsenal have 6. It's touching. It's touchy. It's squeaky bum time, as Fergie said, isn't it? And the thing is, in regards to this title race, in regards to this season, the Premier League season, the season in general, because City have had a pretty good one so far. Weirdly enough, one way or another, City, is it sort of looked at like, I don't know, probably not better than Arsenal's, no, it isn't. I know we've won a trophy and we beat them into the final, I'm going to speak on that next, but we're in the semi-final of the FA Cup, the competition that Arsenal got knocked out of in the quarters to the team that we're playing in the semi-finals. We're both, they're top of the league. Yeah, as things stand, I think most people would rather be in Arsenal's position right now. But based on form, based on the way we're playing, based on definitely the way they're playing, that turgid football, if you can call it, that they've been playing, I think even their own fans now it's getting a little bit tweaky, they're all shaking and getting worried. You think it's that time again. At certain points of the season, they were so confident, so nailed on, they thought they'd done it. Even a lot of us, I myself, I didn't think they'd won the league come January, February time, March, whatever. I didn't think it was done and dusted. But I thought they were going to go and do it. Like I was pretty doubtful. City have fell apart in certain games. They give away so many stupid points to teams this season. I don't even think it's their losses. It's the amount of draws we've had. I can think of so many draws where we've just thrown away points. Arsenal being one of them. To be fair, they were a better team than us in that game. And I'm going to speak on how I think both teams will set up for this game later in the video. And the way that City set up against Arsenal when I went to the Emirates this season, it weren't exactly pretty, was it? Especially after we scored the goal. It was a sort of a little bit of a version of what I'd expect Arteta to be like tomorrow for minute 1. Not tomorrow, sorry, Sunday. But Arsenal, they got a 93rd, 94th minute equaliser against us, Martinelli. That was a killer. Brighton, we threw away points, 1-0 up, finished 1-1. Chelsea, at home, we threw away points there. We've thrown away points against Nottingham Forest. But we took the lead against Forest twice, and we came away with a draw. We're talking relegation sides here. Tottenham lost to them at home in the league, drew them away 2-0 up, and we threw it away. Who else? West Ham United, as I said, relegation battle, fighting West Ham. They had one shot all game, Mavropanos, and we finished 1-1 against them. Like, we have thrown away some serious points this season. So the fact that we are in this position now is remarkable. It's remarkable, and I think the turning point was what I just mentioned before, that cup final. That day out at Wembley was the best day out at Wembley I've had since City won the FA Cup final against United in the treble season, which is the first time we've won a proper game at Wembley since then. So it's a stupid, of course it is, it's a stupid thing to say. But I've had a fair few Wembley visits in between. This is what I'm trying to say. I've visited Wembley a few times in between that game. So it feels like it's been a while since I've seen us go there and win. And coming into the game, I was confident. Well, what's that? I don't know now I think about it. I don't know if I was. I backed City, but we were coming off the back of a few bad results. And we'd just been knocked out in the Champions League to Real Madrid. 5-1 was it an aggregate. And they were winning games still. They were still winning games. Yes, they've not been pretty to watch, but they've not been pretty to watch all season, really, have they? I can't remember last time Arsenal were great to watch over the past couple of years. When we'd won the treble, Arsenal were good to watch. Remember them that season when they bought the league that year? They were good to watch then. But in the past couple of years, it's just this defensive, sort of robotic, just boring. I don't know what you call it. Football, it's not fun. It ain't fun to watch. I don't enjoy watching Arsenal unless they're losing, because it gives me a pleasure of watching our rival lose and City have an opportunity to overtake them. But even then, they're terrible to watch. But what was I saying? Was I confident? I don't know. I predicted City to win, but as I said at the start of the video, I probably said City would win the league. Do I believe it or not? I don't know. I weren't on it. I didn't make the cut, but I was on Sky Sports Scenes on the day, and I think they asked me for a score prediction. I don't know if there's a prediction. Oh yeah, I do know I remember my prediction now. It's just come back to me. I was saying draw, but City winning penalties. So City won the cup, but that's yeah. Now I think about it, Sonny, there's a lot of stuff in it. I've not done it in a while, innit? But yeah, interesting. The difference of feeling coming into that game to this game now is night and day. Night and day. If I'm predicting a draw, does that mean I think we're gonna win? Like me, biased City fan, Raul Fernandez. Does that mean no? Let's be honest. If I'm picking a draw, I think we're gonna lose, and I am not picking a draw for Sunday. I'll tell you that much. So yeah, the difference between the feeling is massive. I really, really, really fancy our chances. And weirdly enough, actually, I did say to Specs on the day that I thought Arsenal might beat us in this cup, and I thought Arsenal would win the league. I did say then, at that time, I think Arsenal were going to go on and win the league. But I said I think we'd win in this game. I've always felt in this game we'd win, because I feel like it's a challenge that Arsenal haven't conquered. Mikel Arteta, I don't know if he will conquer as an Arsenal manager, because I think if City do go into the league, Arsenal won't win the Champions League up against a Bayern Munich or a PSG, whether they get to the final or not bothered. I'm not worried about that one bit. I think he might leave. I think they might get rid of him if they go trophies again. Anyway, the point is, as far as City Arsenal, I don't think they'll do it, and I've not thought Arsenal will come to the Etihad. They might be able to scrape a point, and to be fair, listen, they've come close. You think that John Stones last 97th minute, 98th minute, banging the ball at Haaland's head, the whole stay humble thing, like, they've come very close, but they've not managed to do it for a long, long while. I don't know when last time they did. It's been years, and I think over 4,000 days. I remember reading somewhere. What we're talking, years and years and years. So honestly, I really now coming into it, I'm so confident. I really think we do it. But yeah, I think that cup game was a turning point. I think for a lot of fans anyway, who might have been on the edge, on the edge as far as, you know, whether they win the cup, or more importantly, how much effect would that cup game have on the title race? There were a lot of people who had the opinion of, if Arsenal go and beat us at Wembley, which of course they didn't, they'd have gone on to win the league. And there was a lot of Arsenal fans that said that, well, if we win the cup, we'll go on and win the league. If Arsenal go and manage to, I think it'll play a massive factor. If Arsenal go on and win this cup, we'll beat them in the league. And then the tune sort of changed a little bit after, even on that, I remember on the way home talking, we'll have the treble then. Treble? You don't know what treble is. You lot can't count to 3. Stuff a treble. We've done the treble. You lot. I said, you can't get 3 points in a minute. Like a treble. But I remember on the train home, and these Arsenal fans all giving it all about, we're still in 3 competitions, and sort of copium maybe for some. But the narrative sort of changed for them, lot going, all right, okay, yeah, well, it weren't good. They knew they weren't great. Let's blame Kepa as if he was only put one on the day. And well, look at us. We're still 9 points clear in the league. We're still in the Champions League, still in the FA Cup. We've got Southampton next. Look how that one turned out. They were still buzzing. They were still thought, okay, it's theirs. It's theirs. And even at the time, I thought, listen, it was a great day, and it gave me a massive boost in the confidence of what I think City could do. It showed me that we can, and we were still good character there. And I knew we did anyway deep down. But if going into a final off the back of being beat by Real Madrid again, and what feels like that team always manages to do it against us, it's numbing. It's like, I don't know the best word to describe it, but it gave me that belief, that extra bit of belief, the extra bit of confidence, the extra bit of hope that we've still got that fight in us. We've still got that thing in us, that dog in us, that you can turn up. We will turn up. We will turn our levels up. And it's something that I've been saying. It's what I said coming into the Chelsea game, Chelsea away. People say, oh, it could be a tough game, Stamford Bridge. They've got a few results at Stamford Bridge. You know, we drawn with them a few times over the past years. Champions League, people bring up still. Because this season, as I said, we threw away the points there against them at the Etihad. And I really feel, and I'm in the belief of it, and especially if City go out to the Etihad on Sunday and beat Arsenal, we'll have 6 games left. And despite there being some very tough games within them 6 games, Burnley away ain't going to be easy. You know, Turf Moor away on a Wednesday night. Can you do it on a cold night in Burnley? Bournemouth away, look at that. Tough game, very tough game. Everton away, very tough game. Villa at home last day of the season, very tough game. I mean, all of them are. Brentford at home, they're going to be no pushovers. Crystal Palace, our bogey team, you know, one of the teams that no matter what form they're in, they'll turn up against us. All 6 of them, you can look at and go, I can see City drawing in that one. I can see City drawing in that. You can see the dropping points. And Arsenal have got a lot of games like that themselves. It's not going to be easy. I wouldn't be surprised if neither team goes in after this game and drops points. I think they both probably will, possibly will. But with Manchester City, I look at us and I compare it to Arsenal. I said, it's what I said coming into this Chelsea game. I said, if Arsenal have to win, if they need to win, I think it affects them. They're too emotional of a football club. They don't have that in them. They don't have the winning. I mean, the biggest winner in that club is Gabriel Jesus, and he won everything with us. You know what I'm saying? They don't have that in them. They don't have it in them. That not just go for the players. It goes for the manager. It goes for the fans. It goes for the fans. There's an energy, and there will be an energy at the Emirates whenever they play, especially if City go and beat them on Sunday. I mean, they were booing the 9 points clear. They're booing after that Bournemouth game. They're 9 points clear in the Premier League with 7 games to go, and you're 6 games to go, and you're booing. It's mental. There's an energy at Arsenal where they just don't believe. They think it's happening again. They know it's happening again. Deep down, they know it is happening again. Whereas with Manchester City, if we get into a position where I know we've got to win this game, the players know they've got to win this game, I just see us doing it every single time. I really do. Like, certain fixtures were coming up. Like I said, Bournemouth away, Everton away. Ask me who I think will win in that game on November, December, January time. You probably say maybe a draw. You see a City drawing that. And at the time, you think, not too bad a result, actually. A draw away at Everton, 7th in the league. They're playing really well. Not too bad. Now, this time of the season, because of what we know what's on the line, because we know we have to win. It's not up for negotiations. City have to win. Keep level of Arsenal. Keep winning at Arsenal. Because to be fair, as I said to you before, if City beat Arsenal and then go and beat Burnley, we're both level on points, level on games, and City will be ahead in goal difference. We've got to start hitting a few balls in, hitting a few goals, and we could really do, not only to beating Arsenal, sticking a few in. Of course, every time we score, their goal difference decreases. So we go up, they go down. So and if it comes down to goal difference, oh my goodness, the tension in that final day of the season would, it'd be insane. We'll come to that when it comes to it. Let's see if we're in that position come then. But I feel like I've dragged on my point a little bit too long. The point is, if City have to win, especially after this game, but even in this game, I think we do it. And this game, as I said, I don't know if it's just from the past and how many great experiences I've had in this fixture. And the one that keeps talking to me is that 4-1 at the Etihad, the treble season. Haaland with his hair out, John Stones scoring. Oh, I really see it happening. I'm not saying we go and beat them 4-1, but I'm talking total euphoria, total domination, total like Etihad roof being blown off. One of the best atmospheres you've ever seen in that football stadium. One of the best atmospheres you've ever seen in Manchester. We're talking that level of just boom, boom, boom. Real Madrid at the Etihad 4-0. Arsenal 4-1. Derby Day wins. That level of boom. Aston Villa 3-2. I'm not saying that level because that was probably the most incredible thing I've ever seen live at a football match when we came from 2 behind against Villa. And we've got them last day of the season. Is it written in the stars? But we're talking like the goosebumps level. You know what I'm saying? Raise the roof. Make them scared. Make them nervous. They're coming into a cauldron. You know what I'm saying? I honestly, I am so excited for Sunday. It's the most excited I've been for the football match in a long while. And the thing is, normally it comes to big occasions, and come Sunday morning, I might feel in the nerves. I might be. Right now, I'm not. Thursday evening, I'm all right. Sunday morning, I might feel it. But for derby days, for Champions League games against Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, when they're playing the best of the best, I'm a pretty nervous fan. I always think we'll win. I always back us to win. I always say out loud I think we're going to win. But I feel it. You feel it. You don't sleep well the night before. You get it in your stomach. I don't know if it's because I don't respect Arsenal as a football club. It's not. I don't respect them as a football club. But I don't respect this team of Arsenal as a team. I don't class them as winners. They're not winners. They've not won yet. They've not done it yet. This team and a lot of them players there have been in positions like this, coming to occasions like this at the Etihad in the past, and they've not done it. They've not been able to do it and see it over the line. So, and I know that's something that I feel like Arsenal fans, and I might actually make a TikTok on this. I feel like Arsenal fans feel this need of respect us, respect us, respect us. We need to be respected. They get angry. I've seen that Papa Pinkus frustrated with Luke, MCFC lads, on the overlap talking about, well, we're not respected, this, that, and the other. And he nailed it on the head, Luke. They've not earned our respect. I've seen loads of people on TikTok, Arsenal fans, complain about, people don't respect him as a big team, don't respect what this team's doing, despite the fact they're 9 points clear. I don't think you respect your own team for the start if you're booing after being 9 points clear. But they've not done it. They've not. What's there to respect yet? What have they done? Respect is earned, not given. If they go to the Etihad on Sunday, God forbid, I really hope this doesn't happen. Touch wood, it doesn't happen. But if they go to the Etihad and turn us over and they win, I'll be very bitter. And I'm not going to say on the same day, I respect this football team. But from a footballing nation, from fans of the Premier League, fans of football within England, that team, if they do go on to beat City and they do go on to win this trophy, they will be respected. They will have earned their respect. They have got it over the line after how many years of coming that close and bottling it and failing and getting a bit twitchy at the end and falling apart. They'd have earned the respect. They don't have it yet. So why should City go and respect? There's players in that Manchester City squad that have won more Premier League titles than Arsenal Football Club. A lot of players in that City squad that won more Premier League titles than Arsenal Football Club. Every single person who's been at City within that 22-23 season have more trophies, Champions League winners, and you'll have more Champions League trophies than Arsenal Football Club. Calvin Phillips has got more medals than Arsenal Football Club over the past 10, 15 years. It's mental. So the point is, I'm excited. I feel like this video is going to be very long. I've got the back. I can't even see the time in there, so it's going to be long. Now, how do we see the two teams approaching this game? Now, of course, as I said, I was at the Emirates when it finished at 1-1. And City took an approach that I've never seen Manchester City or Pep Guardiola take to a football game. We didn't go into it like this, but we got an early goal. And Pep knew, listen, at the time, City weren't playing right. We were struggling. Kusanov went off injured at half-time as well, which is a real killer, because he was playing very well. But Arsenal were flying. They were the team to beat, probably on form at the time, the best team in Europe. I think it was fair to say at the time. So we defended. He took Haaland off. It was like a sort of 5 at the back, 4 tucked in midfield. There was one at times with no striker up top. It was mad. It was such an offensive approach that we've not seen Pep take. Like I said, more like a Mikel Arteta approach, wasn't it? And Arsenal were, even then, they weren't throwing players at us. They weren't going all out attack like I think City might do. But we set up like that at the time. I don't think that'll even touch the surface on how I'm expecting Arsenal and Mikel Arteta to set up for this game. I think they will go into this game. Arsenal will know they can't lose. That's as simple as that. If Arsenal draw even, coming in, in that game on Sunday, they're favourites to win the league. Although I will feel like I'll be a bit deflated. It depends how the draw is. If it's like another one like Martinelli's and they go and get a last minute equaliser, then that'll be a killer. If it's different and City manage to get a last minute, like a John Stones incident, I might have a different feeling. There's certain ways that about drawing that you can either, it can be a good draw or a bad draw depending on how the game goes. We'll see. I don't want it to be a draw, I want it to be a City win. But they will know, even if they do get a draw, if they get anything out of that game, that it's theirs to lose it. Quite literally, it is in their own hands. City can't do anything about it. Even if we win all our games, it is in their control. They know if they lose this game, then it is in our hands as much as theirs. So I think Mikel Arteta is going to put 15 at the back. 15 at the back. And you might be thinking, he'll only have 11 players. He'll find a way. We're talking 4th official, 2 linesmen, a referee. That's 15. He's out his technical area that much. He might join in. Might be 16 at the back. It's going to be vile. It's going to be vile. But I feel like City, depending on how we line up, and I'll get into the lineup, of course, like I normally do towards the end, my predicted lineup. I think it's actually very easy to predict in a minute. Spoken it on TikTok the other week. I think we have found our formula now. And I think that is in the big games, in this game, in Bournemouth, Villa, games like that. I mean, they're all big games, of course, but I'm talking when you're playing against the better sides on paper. I think we've got the personnel to break down that 15 at the back from Arsenal. I think they will set up so defensive. However, how well will that work for them? Because they set up defensive in a Carabao Cup final. And Pep Guardiola, of course, we've been seeing he's experimented at times this season. And as I said, I think he's found his formula now, but he's experimented. Things haven't worked for us. Things have worked for us. When Pep Linders first came in, we started seeing his high line, and it was working in some games, but then we were being caught out a lot when Ruben Diaz and Vardy were playing at the back together. I think Vardy was quick enough to play the high line. Ruben Diaz really isn't. He really isn't. And people were complaining about the high line, but now you look at the centre-half partnership coming into this game, it's pretty much nailed on to be Mark Gahey and Kusanov. And Kusanov in particular, this high line. I mean, Chelsea, can you say we got away with it? I don't know if we got away with it. They scored that was offside. We made Chelsea be offside so often. We got so many free kicks from them being offside in that first half of the Chelsea game because of how well we played the high line. Some of it down to Pep Linders, some of it down to Pep Guardiola. The two Peps works together brilliantly. We've tried that. We've tried Semenyo up front with Haaland pretty much the majority of the game. Haaland's goals have dried up a little bit. It hasn't worked. Marmoush has come in. He's been decent, but how much has it really helped the team at times? At times, I'm a big fan of Marmoush before anyone starts. He's experimented. The Arsenal game in the cup final, it worked a treat. We were all over them, absolutely all over them. But not only that, we have seen Bournemouth, Iraola come into that Bournemouth Arsenal game and set up, of course, with different personnel, a lot worse players. No disrespect, they're a good side still. But the same formula, the same setup. There's a way you're beating Arsenal right now. 4-2-4. We're talking FIFA 21 days here, FIFA 22, 4-2-4. Now, of course, with Manchester City, as always, everyone's going to be everywhere. There'll be no set position, will there? Let's say, for the sake of it, I'll use the same lineup that started in the cup final. Use the same lineup that started against Chelsea. The same attack, midfield upwards. It was the same for both games. Of course, Haaland's going to be up top. You've got Ryan Cherki, Erling Haaland, Jeremy Doku, and Antoine Semenyo. On paper, technically say, well, Semenyo will go up top along Haaland. And I know, say 4-2-4, they aren't set up as them four, as forwards, is it? You know what I'm saying? Of course, very interchanging. Jeremy Doku, and I've been saying it all season, and I love it. I love it. He did it so much in the first game that we played against Liverpool this season, and I've seen it countless times this season, and it's so good to see. We're talking one of the best dribblers in the world, probably the trickiest defenders to defend in the league. Trickiest attackers to defend in the league. The thing is, I remember Ole Einar saying it as well for Forest, going off tangent here a little bit, but with Doku, when he's running at people, he don't want us to get past him. It's like he wants to embarrass them. He wants to damage them. He wants to hurt the feelings because he'll beat someone and turn back, does his little shimmy thing. He'll turn back on them, take the piss again, take it through someone, and he could beat three men. I think, you know what it is? Let me run back and do it again. He just gets pleasure out of embarrassing people, and I hope he does that a lot to Ben White. I don't think Ben White will start after the level of performance that Ben White had compared to Jeremy Doku in that cup final. Doku ran rings around him. He ran rings, and he and Capé. Honestly, both fullbacks were put to sleep. I don't think I've seen either of them since. Anyway, I love the inwards run, the middle, the inside runs that Doku makes and Cherki makes because of how good they both are as dribblers. And it's the only thing I look back on and I think, why didn't we give Jack Grealish this freedom? I know he's not a different type of dribbler to Ryan Cherki or Jeremy Doku, but we're talking about a player who can carry the ball forward, move the ball forward. Give him the freedom, give him the space, be in the middle of the park. Great things, he can pull it anywhere. I feel like Jack would have worked really well in the system we're playing right now. I really do, but anyway, Jack Grealish for another story. I love the man to pieces, but we'll talk about him another time. He's not going to be playing. I'll tell you that much. So I think it'll be a 4-2-4. It worked a treat against them in the cup final. It's worked for other. Sorry, checking me, Mike. It's worked for other teams against them since. There seems to be a formula. I'm hoping not only City adapt it and beat them on a Sunday. I'm hoping that other teams watch it and study it. Iraola's an intelligent manager. He'd have watched it. He's a student of Pep Guardiola. I'm not saying Pep's been with him. But of course, he's a young manager, Spanish manager, idolises Pep Guardiola. They spoke highly of each other in the past. He's, of course, leaving Bournemouth at the end of the season. Off topic, like. But, yeah. I'm hoping other teams adapt it and use that same tactic if it suits them. I don't know who have Arsenal got left. They've got Newcastle, Palace. I don't know. City. That's all that matters. This game matters. And another reason, and the main reason why I think City will win this game, I think the system will work so well, as I said to you before, the personnel. Manchester City, and it is why I think, as I said, I'm so confident we'll win this game. We have match winners. Manchester City have winners. Not just winners who players who won trophies. I'm talking about can get the game by the scruff of the neck, pin it, and put the ball in the back of the net. Their game. my game. That's what they look at it. They roll the sleeves up or tuck the collar up, do whatever they do, tuck the shirt in as far as Rodri's concerned, and he's one of them. He's one of the main ones. Rodri, this is the type of game where I am expecting, and I would not be surprised one bit to see Rodri run the show, run it back a few years, and just dictate this game. My game. I'll play it how we want. Or they're talking Nico Gonzalez, big fan of Nico Gonzalez, but you sit there, son. This is my pitch. This is my pitch. Pull the strings. In that cup final, Rodri was brilliant. Rodri was excellent. One of the best performances I've seen of Rodri this season. You know, he was immense. And there was talks even coming into that one based on, as I said, off the back of a few bad results. He was talking about, oh well, he's not right anymore. He's finished this, that, and the other. He's showing people up there. You know, we're talking about Declan Rice in midfield, Zubimendi, one of the worst performances I've seen from him since he joined Arsenal Football Club. Rodri ran the show, and I think he'll do it again. I really think he'll do it again. But there's other match winners. You think Ryan Cherky embarrassed Arsenal in that cup final, doing kick-ups. The man was doing kick-ups. He was doing kick-ups in a cup final in Wembley Stadium, and he's doing kick-ups. He's embarrassing you. Oh, God. Rolling on the floor, having a look. Full-time whistle. He's pushing Pep Guardiola to go on and run. He's winding people up. I've seen a clip of him, and I've seen it when I was there. I spotted it when I was there. The guy's walked out with his tunnel. Of course, all the Arsenal players and Arteta and that lot are just waiting and watching City lift the trophy and get the medals. He's walked out. Him and Nori going to take a picture with Arsenal behind him. He's a wind-up. He's an elite wind-up, and I love him to do it. He's my favourite player to watch in a minute. And I really hope we get more. Give me more for this game. Make this your game. He's a maverick. He's a maverick. He's a maverick. And this is the type of game where I think Ryan Cherky will dominate. He will run the show. He'll make it his own. Make it his game. You've got Erling Haaland. People talk about his goals have dried up and all. I mean, I've just said that. I'm not making myself here. But his goals have dried up a little bit. But he's still got it. He's been playing well without scoring. And quite frankly, as long as Manchester City win, I don't care. I don't care. All the talk was earlier in the season when Haaland was scoring 100 goals a game was, oh, well, what if Haaland gets injured? What if Haaland gets injured? Oh, we're going to be ruined if Haaland gets injured. What if Haaland stops scoring? Then what are we going to do? There's no goals in and around the team. So then what did Manchester City do? We stepped up. O'Reilly started popping up with some goals. Phil Foden at the time was getting some goals. Ryan Cherky. We brought in Semenyo. And all of a sudden, because Semenyo's getting him, because O'Reilly's getting him, because other players are popping up with goals, and Haaland's have dried up. Oh, Haaland's out of form. He's out of form. He's not scoring. He's rubbish now. You can't have it both ways. I mean, how many goals would we have to score a game to give a fair balance of other players to score as well, and Haaland to get his goals that he was doing anyway? We'd have to score, 7 or 8 goals a game. It's ridiculous. So, listen, I don't need Haaland to score in this game. I hope he does, and I actually think he will. I think he will. But I don't need him to. Run Gabriel and Saliba ragged. All this talk, there was for a couple of years, oh, Haaland can't do it against Gabriel and Saliba. And then he just played against them, ran a show, put one in after about 10 minutes. And then, as I say, he's took his hair out in games. He's lifting trophies right in front of the faces. This is a type of game where I honestly think Haaland's going to step up, and I think Haaland will score this game. There's others in there. Jeremy Doku, like I said, embarrassed Arsenal when he played him. Antoine Semenyo, he's already scored against Arsenal this season. I think he'll do it again. And the way that Manchester City are defending right now, Arsenal, for a good period of the season, and I said it myself, I'd have agreed at the time, maybe not so much right now, but for a long period, they were the best defence in Europe. Gabriel and Saliba were playing brilliantly. The fullbacks, Yuri and Simba, when he was fit, he was fantastic for them, whether it's Calafiori and Capie. They were playing really well at the back, and of course, the setup that they have, the extreme defensive setup they have, of course, it's always going to give you defenders more protection, which therefore makes them look better. Of course, they're defending with 100 at the back, and we're playing a high line. Ruben Diaz is going to look like a worse defender to Gabriel because he's been caught out. We didn't have the pace to play a high line. Yet Gabriel's got Zubimendi, Saliba, Timber, and Rice all within 10 yards of him because of how deep they are. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way it is. But Kusin, obviously, in the form of his life, he's fantastic at the minute. One of City's most on-form players. And the son of the Matt Gay, he's been instrumental. So if Manchester City were to go on and win this Premier League title, were to go on and do the domestic treble, which I genuinely believe we will go on and do, he'd have been a massive part in it. He'd have played a massive part in it. So things are looking good. I think the way City is set up to Arsenal, I think they'll try and defend. I think they might not concede for the first 30, 40 minutes. And I hope, really, really hope that City get an early goal and it forces Arsenal to come out. Because if they do come out, we've got the players to punish them even more. But I think they'll set up as deep as they can, as defensive as they can. And that's it. I might try and surprise us. He might. And I hope he does. Because as I said, if they try and pull out this defence, the players we've got going forward and the form that our defenders are in, I think we'll be fine. But I think he's going to set up for a draw, and I don't think he'll get it. I think with Ryan Cherky, Jeremy Doku, Erling Haaland, players like Phil Foden has come off the bench, Marmou's come off the bench, and Gianni Reiners come off the bench. He can try all he wants. Charlie wants, defend all you want. I think City win this game of football. Now, I've just mentioned then a few players that I think will play a key part in this game of football, but let's talk about the rest of the team. Who's fit and available? Only 3 players now. With the return of Kovacic in that Chelsea game, only 3 players are confirmed to be absent for this game. Ruben Diaz and John Stones. Not ideal, 2 class centre-halves. I mean, once upon a time in this fixture, Ruben Diaz and John Stones would have been known for negotiation. Them two would have had to start at the back, and they were immense together. It's been a partnership, one of the best partnerships the league's seen. People aren't ready for that conversation yet, but I'm here to say it. Neither of them fit and available, and I don't think if they were fit and available, I'd want either of them starting, despite how good they are. As I said, that partnership we've got in a minute is working brilliantly. Cavallo, of course, probably out for the remainder of the season. Not heard any news, any updates on him, and he's only about 5 weeks left, so hopefully for his sake he's back for the World Cup. Now, the one player that there is doubt over, and as I said, I'm not going to talk about it too long here because we'll probably find out in and around the time of this video going out. But we'll know whether O'Reilly's fit or he's not. I hope he is, and I think he will be. From what I said, of course, he went down by himself, and what were we, only 1-0 up, maybe 2-0 up when he went off in the Chelsea game. It didn't look good. 8-0 came on for him. And to be fair, if O'Reilly can't play, of course, he's a massive player for us. Scored both goals in the cup final. If he can't play, it'll be a blow for City. But I think we'll win the game regardless. So like 8-0, I think he's really good. And we've got other players who can also put the ball in the back of the net. But he went down, didn't look ideal, but at full time, he's there having a chat with Pep. He's walked over, didn't seem to have been comfortable, weren't limping, didn't have nothing, weren't holding on. So I'm hoping he's fine. We've seen a picture where you can just see Nico O'Reilly's head in the background behind Erling Haaland of their light recovery session from the Chelsea game. I'm hoping he's fine. I'm saying we'll find out more by the time this video is out, but knowing Pep Guardiola, it'll be we will see. So I'm hoping he's fit. I think it'd be a massive, massive, massive advantage having a player like Nico O'Reilly, so unique, so good, going up and down. But I just we've got to hope. I'm going to use, for the sake of my wishes and to put it out there into the atmosphere, and yeah, I'm gonna put him down in my starting lineup. So I hope he's fit. And now, as for the starting lineup, like I just said, I'm not even going to waste your time. It is the exact same player for player starting lineup that we had on Sunday at Stamford Bridge. I said it on TikTok. I think City have found their formula now. We've tried things, we've tried formations, we've tried different players, we've tried different systems. And look, I don't think that's going to be the same team come Burnley, come Brentford, come Palace. Palace. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? There's going to be that many games to play FA Cups as well. I'm not saying that is the lineup we'll always have, but I think that is our best team at the minute. On form, on fitness, that is Manchester City's best team. We're on fire with that team. There's no holes in that team, I see. No holes at all. Donnarumma's, for me, the best shot stopper in the world. The fullbacks, as I said, O'Reilly's been on fire. Mateus Nunes looks like Cafu Nunes. The 2 centre-halves are fantastic. Bernardo Silva, I'll speak on him in a second, might get emotional. Rodri on fire. Fantastic, running back the years. Bernardo's, like I said, he's a pit bull, he's a bulldog, he's everywhere. Like, covers every blade of grass. We need him there. We need him there, and he will be. I've got no doubt over it. Ryan Churke, Jeremy Doku, Antoine Semenyo, Erling Haaland. Look at that for the lineup. Look at that for the lineup. Wow, what a team. What a team. I think it does it. I think that team goes there and beats Arsenal. I'm going to say United then. They will beat United as well, but I think that team beats Arsenal 100%. And to finish it anyway on the little man, the wizard, the man whose name's silver but worth more than gold, Bernardo Silva. We got the... I mean, look, we knew he was going anyway, didn't we? We knew he'd be leaving the football club. Pep Linders mentioned it after the Liverpool game a couple of weeks ago. And it weren't breaking, really. It weren't anything that we didn't know would happen. But we got Bernardo Silva's farewell himself, his own words, his own goodbye. Really sad, devastated. A legend of the football club. He's played more football games under Pep Guardiola than any other player Pep's ever coached in his years and years of management. We know the way that Pep thinks of him. We know the way that he's loved and adored by the Manchester City fan base. His name will be getting rang around the stadium at on Sunday against Arsenal, 110%. Bernardo, you're going to get it going 100%. He probably won't be the only player to leave. Well, he won't be the only player, of course. People leaving it, but I don't think he'll even be the final player to give it before the end of the season, give their goodbyes. You're expecting John Stones, potentially Nathan Ake, even Mateo Kovacic, I've heard rumours. But Bernardo, for me, probably tops the 4 of them, and I've got a big appreciation for all of them, particularly John Stones as well. But Bernardo is someone, Mr. Reliable. He's been world class, scored huge goals. Someone who's died for the badge. Honestly, how much running. I mean, I'd love to know how the distance across his entire career at Manchester City. He's won a trophy like every 24 games, and he's only missed 9 games due to injury. So that shows how many trophies he has won. He's played a massive part in his Pep Guardiola team, the success that we've built from him battering us with Monaco in Pep's first season, thinking he's ours, we pinch him, and the years he's given us. At times, I really didn't think it'd be that. I thought he'd be leaving. There's been numerous summers where it's looked like he might have been on his way out. But the words he speaks, the way he captains, of course, he'll be the captain for the game. He's a legend at his football club. I'm not ready to let him go, not ready to say goodbye. I'm not going to go overboard in this video talking about him because we'll do that ahead of the Villa game come last day of the season, or maybe even after that, or parade if there is one, or whatever. But Bernardo Silva is one of the greats in the Premier League. One of the most complete players, versatile players, just reliable, Mr. Reliable. And as I said, I think, I came up with it before when I seen the heartbreaking news. When I got, it's like the equivalent of Dear Manchester from last year. But it's probably been said. I said I come up with it. It's not a difficult pun to come up with, but like I said, name Silva, worth more than gold. We've had 2 Silvers. David Silva, Bernardo Silva, 2 of the greatest to ever do it. And yeah, if he does play, and it's something I paid attention to, if he does play every single remaining possible game for City, that being said, he'd have to start. Sorry, not start, just appearances, but we'd have to get through past Southampton, and he'd play in the cup final, no suspension included, nothing like that. Then he will go down as City's 5th or 6th highest ever appearance holder, which just shows what he's done for this football club. The years he's put in, the games, everything. He's a class act. He's a legend. And we'll speak more on him, a lot more on him, in due course over the next few weeks. But he's one of the main reasons that you've got to go there and win it. One of the main reasons. I know, to be fair, to sound a little bit greedy, me saying, oh, we've got to win it for Bernardo, as if he's not already won 6 Premier League titles and all of them Arsenal lot haven't won anything. It's quite amusing, isn't it? But we've got to give him a perfect 10 to this perfect chapter. I love him to pieces. And let's pick the mood back up. Let's pick the excitement back up. Sunday, 4:30, Etihad Stadium. We do it. Let's turn it on. Minute 1 to minute 90. There's going to be a bus entrance for it. I'm going to try and get down there for it. Raise the roof. Raise your voices. Raise everything. The players are going to give it all. Pep's going to give it all. We know the type of level, the type of game, the type of everything that we're expecting to see. We know we will see. We know the fight in this team. They've done it before. They'll do it again. This is a huge, huge, huge game of football. I said it into that Chelsea game, 7 more of them, and we're Premier League champions. Put in that same level of fight, same level of desire, same level of performance that we've put in over these past few games since the turning point that was that Carabao Cup final, beating Arsenal in the final, beating Liverpool 4-0, beating Stamford Bridge and beating Chelsea 3-0, not a goal conceded from the three of the big 6. Nah, not bothered. We go in and put everything that we've put into them games into this one. There's one winner, and they'll be in sky blue shirts. I'm buzzing for it. I can't wait for it. As I said at points in this video, one of the most excited I've been for a Premier League game ever before. Listen, we've got to do it. We've got to do it. I'm not going to come in here and say, oh, this is the speech I give. I did that for the United game and we lost, so I'm not going to do that. But buzzing for it. Excited for it. This is a very, very, very long video. So look, if you watched it at the end, then thank you very much for watching. It is me return to this whole talking side of YouTube. I'm not saying after this game that, oh, I'm going to be Mr. Consistent. I'm not going to say I'm going to be Bernardo Silva, Mr. Consistent, making brilliant previews, brilliant match reviews for every single game midweeks as well. Look, I've got work, I've got the pub to go to, I've got a life to attend to outside of social media. So, and how long this will take and everything like that, I don't think you really need to know this part in it, but I will try and do the most I can. I'll definitely put out a match review for the City-Arsenal game. Hopefully, it's a City win. Early score predictions, and I will struggle to change my mind on the day. I've got it in my bones. It's a City 2, Arsenal 0. I don't think they score. I don't think they do it. Let's hope it's the best. I hope it's one of the best days at the Etihad. I hope it's one of them days, like I said, that it's talked about in years to come. Treble winning season, Etihad performance against Arsenal. I want that level again. And I will see you on Sunday, late evening. Hopefully a very happy man, a very smiley face in the thumbnail, and a very happy title. Very happy 3 points, very big everything. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Like I said, keep an eye out. Matchday vlog will be out on Sunday. Come on, City. Fight to the end. It's what we do. Come on, boys.